This is a Fulcrum Technologies screencast.
Hi there. In this screencast, we will cover how to share video content to other users within your organization on the Amplify web platform. There are two ways in which content can be distributed, either at a folder level, where all content inside the folder is also distributed, or at an individual file level, where only that particular file is shared. First, let's go through sharing a folder and all of its included content. To share a folder such as this one here, which as you can see contains 3 individual files, we return to the main folders list and press on the Actions drop-down menu icon here for the relevant folder. You can also bring up this menu by right-clicking anywhere on the folder. When we click on Share, we are taken to this sharing pop-up window. Within this window, we are able to share the folder and all of its contents with either individual users or with select groups or subgroups. At the top here, we can see the owner of the folder. To other individual users and give them access to this content, we simply have to start searching for the user by name by typing into the search bar at the top of the window. Here, we are going to search for the user, Matty DK. As you can see, once we start typing, he will appear in the drop-down list. Clicking on the user in the drop-down list will add them to the list of people with access to this folder. From here, I can navigate to this drop-down menu to change the level of permissions we want to grant the user. We will cover the differences between these permissions a little later on. You can also press on the bin icon here beside the name of users or groups to remove access to particular users once that content has been already shared. By default, when sharing content, no notification is sent to the user we are sharing the content with. To send a notification, we need to tick the box down here where it says Notify Teammates. When you then press Share at the bottom of the screen, a notification will be sent to any new user who has been granted permissions for this folder via both email and in their notification center up here. If you do not press the Notify Teammates button before sharing, you can re-enter the Share menu, and this Re-Notify All button will appear. Pressing on this, or on the bell icon beside each user or group, followed by Share, will then send a reminder notification via email and in the Notification Center. You can also share folders with entire groups or subgroups by searching for the name of a particular group in the text box down here, and then selecting the name from the drop-down list. We can easily share a folder and its content with an entire group of users. As you can see here, I can share this content with the Sydney group, which contains 4 users. There are other unique features around sharing with groups. By pressing on the drop-down arrow to the right of the group name, we will bring up all of the available subgroups within that group. The level of permission granted at a group level is by default applied also to each subgroup. However, you are able to customize levels of permissions for each subgroup, should you, for example, want subgroup 1 to have a higher level of permission than anyone in subgroup 2, or even any user who is a member of the group but not in either of the subgroups. A further extension of this is that when selecting subgroup-specific access from the group level, permissions sharing, we can then see the option No Access appear in the permissions drop-down for each subgroup. This allows us to grant users in a particular subgroup with a level of access without automatically granting everyone else in the group or in other subgroups access as well. Okay, so in this particular example, we have shared this folder with both the Sydney group, or more specifically, subgroup 2 within the Sydney group, and Matty DK as an individual. So if we continue and hit Share here, then go ahead and look inside this folder, we can then click on the Actions button for a particular file. We will see in the sharing window here that there is a button called Show Folder Access. Clicking on this shows us who has access to this file as a result of being shared the entire folder. From within this share window, We can also go ahead and share this particular file with other users or groups and subgroups without giving them access to every other file in the folder, in the exact same method we shared the content at a folder level.